Welcome to The Explainer. Okay, today we're going to connect three seemingly unrelated things: an ancient healer, a 19th century reformer, and a modern AI. And what connects them? Well, it might just hold a powerful secret about the future of your health. Sounds a bit like a riddle, right? What could a healer from 2,000 years ago possibly teach us about AI and healthcare? Well, the answer connects this ancient philosophy to some of the biggest threats we're facing right now: a healthcare system that's financially breaking down, and the terrifying rise of superbugs that our best drugs just can't kill anymore. So let's start our journey. We're going way back, over 2 millennia ago, to ancient India, and we're going to uncover a core truth about healing, a truth that our modern, super high-tech systems seem to have almost completely and dangerously forgotten. This was the core belief of an ancient physician named Acharya Charaka. For him, healing wasn't some mechanical process, just matching a symptom to a drug from a checklist. No, it was a deeply human thing, focused entirely on understanding the unique person in front of him, not just slapping a label on their disease. And you can see his approach right here. It was really a three-step process. First, you listen. Listen to the patient's story. Then you observe. Look at their unique situation, their environment. And finally, you recognize that everyone is different. The same symptom in you might mean something totally different in me. The goal? It wasn't just about labeling a disease. It was about healing a person. Okay, now let's jump forward in time. A big jump, actually, to the 19th century. We're going to talk about a name you definitely know: Florence Nightingale. But her real story, her true legacy, is so much more revolutionary than just being the lady with the lamp. And this timeline, wow, it really lays out the whole story, doesn't it? You can see this clear line of thinking stretching across centuries. It starts with Charaka's patient-first idea, then Florence Nightingale takes that and applies it to public health, and it leads all the way to today. So this isn't just some dusty old history lesson. It's a direct lineage, an idea being brought back to life for the age of AI. And this is the key to understanding her. Nightingale used careful observation and, this is huge, data, to prove something truly shocking at the time. Soldiers in the Crimean War, they weren't just dying from their wounds on the battlefield. No, they were dying because of the broken, filthy system they were supposed to be recovering in. So, get this. She made medicine more humane and way more effective, not by inventing a new drug, but by fixing the environment. She was all about preventing harm before it could even happen. She was reforming the system upstream of the illness. And that lesson, it's more relevant today than ever. Which, of course, brings us to today. Because now, we're facing our own systemic crisis. And it's a crisis that I bet Charaka and Nightingale would recognize in a heartbeat, even with all of our amazing modern technology. Just look at this number: $11 billion per day. That's the cost of drug-related expenses in the US alone. Our modern healthcare system has become this giant machine that's all about expensive treatments, more drugs, more tests. We're spending absolute fortunes reacting to sickness while actually preventing it. Well, that's been left way behind. And this really gets to the heart of the problem. On one side, you have the doctor-centered model. It's like a factory, right? Focused on the institution, obsessed with protocols, treating people like numbers on a conveyor belt. But on the other side, you have the patient-centered model, the one Charco was talking about, which sees you, the patient, as a partner in your own healing. And as if that weren't enough, this broken system is fueling another massive crisis: superbugs. Our over-reliance on antibiotics is literally making them useless. We are staring down the barrel of a post-antibiotic era, a world where a simple infection, something we don't even think about today, could become a death sentence. It's like undoing 100 years of medical progress. So how on earth do we fix this? Well, physician and innovator Dr. Kadyali Srivatsa thinks the answer is right there in front of us. It's about continuing the work of Charaka and Nightingale, but adapting their timeless principles for our time, for the age of AI. And he's doing it with a system called Dr. Maya. And the mission is incredibly simple, but so powerful. Put the power back into your hands. Now, let's be clear. This isn't about replacing doctors. Not at all. It's about using technology to give you the wisdom to understand your own body so you can take control of your health safely and with confidence. And this is where Dr. Maya comes in. It's not just another complex, confusing algorithm. Think of it more like a guide. It starts by doing what Charaka said was most important. It listens to your story, the story you tell through your symptoms. Then it uses pattern recognition to find these key groups of 3 symptoms, these triads, that point towards what's really going on. And here's the brilliant part. Instead of spitting out a bunch of confusing medical jargon, Dr. Maya translates those symptom patterns into a super simple color-coded system. See red? That means a serious risk, time to see a doctor. Yellow? That's for mild discomfort, maybe check with a pharmacist. Green is for minor issues. And then there's blue, which signals a potential infection and tells you, hey, maybe isolate and get some help. It's all about getting you to the right care at the right time. But look, this is so much more than just a clever app. For Dr. Srivatsa, this is deeply personal. It's about continuing a sacred duty that goes all the way back to healers like Charaka and reformers like Nightingale. And that duty is simple: to protect patients from harm. And like Dr. Srivatsa says, this really is a matter of life and death. I mean, think about it. When our healthcare system is crazy expensive, and when superbugs are a real threat, getting clear, trustworthy guidance can literally be the difference between getting better and getting dangerously worse. And this is exactly why trust is so important. Just imagine you're sick, you're scared, you're not sure what to do. A validated, reliable system can give you a clear path forward. But a superficial copy, an imitation, that could just create confusion. And that confusion can delay the help you desperately need right when you're most vulnerable. So, the mission here is crystal clear. It's about building a system that helps prevent infection, that brings down costs, that removes those barriers that keep people from getting good care, and most of all, that empowers patients with real knowledge. It's about putting you, the individual, back at the very center of it all. Really, it's the exact same mission Charaka and Nightingale had, just rebuilt for our modern world. So at the end of the day, this whole journey, from an ancient healer to a tireless reformer to an AI guide, it really challenges us to ask a big question. Where does health truly come from? And it suggests that maybe, just maybe, the greatest revolutions in medicine won't be a new pill or a fancy machine, but systems that give us back the wisdom to understand and care for ourselves.